Women are making approximately 81 cents on the dollar compared to their male counterparts. Here to talk more about this gender pay gap is Mana Ionescu, and she is with Lightspan Digital. Good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, are you surprised that this number is not getting better? Because it isn't.
I am surprised. Glassdoor just came out with a study this month, and the numbers are the same as last year, 10 years ago. Women are still making about 20% less than men.
Why do you think this is happening?
Oh, I'm sure there's a variety of reasons, but in my experience, when I first got my job, I was an immigrant. I was so excited to work legally that I was going to take anything, and I never thought nobody talked to me about a gender pay gap. So I got my job. I was excited. On my second job, the person who hires me calls me and says, you know, off the record, I have to tell you, you came in very low. You're very low paid, so you should consider negotiating. So I call the HR department. I try to negotiate, and they say, no, we don't negotiate. So right there, I had two disadvantages coming in. And I'm sure that happens a lot, where you run into all these barriers. There's a lot of discussion out there that women in particular get discouraged from negotiating, or they're afraid that they're going to be seen as as being too demanding,
too aggressive.
Or too aggressive.
Yes, and another issue is, as you mentioned, you're just so happy to get the job, and you don't want to go too high where someone says, oh, we can find somebody else who will do it for less, because there might be another woman out there who will do the job for less.
Yeah.
So you are in the tech field. What are you finding in tech?
Oh, there's so few of us in tech, especially in the development space or coders. There's probably one woman for every 10 men. And I have friends who go to these job fairs and they get passed by over and over again. Again, that gender bias is there. Unfortunately, we oftentimes are seen lesser than. Mm-hmm. And so then, of course, when you get passed by so many times, when you finally crack the code and get that job, you may not think of how much you're getting paid. You may not think to compare yourself to your male peers.
I don't like the slogan, but I'm going to use it this one time. Let's not get mad, let's get even, because in this situation, we should be getting even. So let's give people some tips on how they can change the situation. Should women go in and ask for more, or exactly what they think they're worth, versus just taking meekly whatever is handed out?
Well, since the gap is about 20%, always ask for 20% more, because odds are that in itself is going to put you on equal playing ground. And don't worry so much about how you're going to come across. There are diplomatic ways to ask for more. Know that you deserve more. Also, I want to encourage women to be mentors to other women. That boss of mine became a mentor. That woman who told me to ask for more was a mentor to me. Without her, I never would have known. So we need to support each other, encourage each other in this. And then everybody else, HR departments in particular, don't discourage people from negotiating. And stop and think, is there a bias here? Am I considering this person lesser than for some odd reason? I was hiring at one point, and we made offers to two people, a male and a female. And the recruiting person said, here's the salary range for the guy, and it was higher than the salary range for the woman. And it was the same roles, the same backgrounds, the same skill sets. And I said, why? And she said, oh, he seemed more confident. Well, really stop and think. Is more confident what you're hiring for? Is more confident enough to explain that gap, to pay somebody more? It happens all the time. We need to think about it. We need to talk about it more.
And I love the women helping women. And we love men, we do, but something has to change here. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you.